I remember us having a conversation. You had a really cool place in the city in Charlotte. We were upstairs on the rooftop eating barbecue.
Hey, I
You
missed
know,
that.
had a
That was a good place. I missed that spot.
it was tough. The swimming pool was popping. Had a couple libations. It was a good time.
Yeah.
But I remember the conversation that we had. You were like, "Man, I think I'm about to get up out of here." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna pack up and move to New York and take another step." When you told me that, at first I was just like, "But you living good."
Yeah.
But there was something inside of you that was just like, "Nah, this isn't enough." What happened in that period?
Yeah, I think I was definitely super comfortable. I was making more money than I've ever made. Like I said, comfortable, six figures coming from where I'm from. That's obviously a lot of money. Like I said, living in a luxury high rise that I literally walk by that place every day, and I'd be like, I'm gonna live there at some point. And I was able to fortunate enough to live there for quite some time. So that was definitely something that I was look back on and say, damn, that was something that I was able to accomplish. But to your point about when did I have that light bulb moment, it was actually in 2018 when I believe the NBA All Star was in Charlotte. A good friend of mine who's actually he lives in New York. I went to school with him at Radford. His name is Jeff Wallace. He was at Bleacher Report at the time. I'm sure he won't mind me telling this story. And I actually ran
Hmm.
into him at this. I want to say it was like a Nike mixer event that he was working, and I hadn't seen him since college, so it's probably been like 5 or 6 years at that point. And I'm like, yo, this is what you do for like a living. Like I didn't even understand what he did, but I know he's a producer, he's a creative, but he basically kind of helped put that event together and kind of capture some of the content. And I was fortunate enough to connect with someone else that invited me to this Jordan mixer. It was like I don't think it was Jordan Puma, but it was like Jordan and another brand at a mixer. And it's literally all of these sports executives, industry people, and they're all like just kind of not bragging, but they're so passionate and so happy to talk about their job. And when they get to me, they're like, yo, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a consultant at this bank. They're like, do you like it? I'm like, no, it just pays the bills. And they're like, why do you do it? I'm like, I don't know. But like, I didn't say it
Did
like
they
that.
literally ask you, like,
They
did
were
they literally ask you, then why are you doing it?
exactly. And I didn't say I don't
Wow.
know at that time, but I was like, I went to school for this, and I worked hard to get this certification. But internally, I was like, yeah, like, why am I doing something that I don't want to do? I don't have to do just because it's making decent money and I went to school for it. And so that's when I really had kind of like the light bulb moment, I'd say 2018. But right after that, I kid you not, that was a Saturday. That Monday, I literally wrote down probably 20 to 25 people that I connected with at that party. And then I branched off from that, built out a bigger list of people that were in the sports, media, entertainment industry that were making waves as an agent, marketing executives, brand partnerships, what have you. And I started to do some reverse engineering to say, hey, if they're in this position, how can I set up myself to get into that position? And that led to me journaling each and every day, just kind of what I was going through at work, because I wasn't happy with my position. I felt like I could have been doing more. Again, I was making good or decent money, but I wasn't like, I was dreading getting out of bed every day. And I lived right across from the bank. Like I could walk there in 2 minutes. And I was probably
Mhm.
late a fraction of the time just because I didn't want to be there. I was trying to focus on my exit plan. And so when I was journaling, I turned that into a book. And when I was I guess announcing or promoting the book, people were like, have you ever thought about just like working in sports? Like obviously you're talking about your journey, but it sounds like you want to actually work in sports, but you're not sure exactly what that looks like. And so I would say the Bleacher Report event in Charlotte, and then actually writing the book and conversations with a mentor at the time who happened to be the COO of the Charlotte Hornets, Fred Whitfield, that literally changed my whole trajectory.
Wow. That's a really crazy spin.
Yeah.
And that question it was almost jarring to me.
Hmm.
When you were talking to these individuals at the mixer, and they were just like, then why are you why are
Exactly.
you doing that? That's a I mean, it's very profound and it's deep. Like, even if someone said that to me, I would be like,
Exactly. I was
uh y- you're right. I mean,
right.
yeah, I'm going back to the hotel. I need to start this exit plan. Like, screw
Right.
this party, man.